Hello, human beings. Cousin of Death here, back with another video. And this video is about sports addiction, in particular, my experience with sports addiction back in my early 20s, all the way up to, I don't know, I guess it stopped for me around somewhere around my early 30s. So, like, that's what, about a decade of sports addiction. And of course, this is the NFL opening season opening weekend, right? And the season opener, the first game was Thursday. That was the Bears and the Packers, right? I watched a little bit of it. Um, I don't know. I think I only watched like an hour, something like that. Then I was like, screw it. I need to go back home, get sleep. Heard the game sucked anyway, so I suppose I didn't really miss out on anything, right? But right now, I'm filming this, and the 1 p.m. games have already begun. And I am purposely not watching these 1 p.m. games. That's because my team is the Giants, and they don't go on until 4:30. But usually, because the NFL is still the most popular sport in America, right? And usually, most guys who are addicted to sports, they're watching every starting from 1 p.m. until all the way up until when does the Sunday night game even end? Like 11:30 or midnight. So that's about, damn, it's like 11 hours. Yeah, 11 straight hours of just watching TV, watching sports on TV, right? So what I'm saying is that it's very it's very easy to get sucked into the vortex of sports culture in America, right? Because one, it's very strange, right? There's multiple sports in America you can follow, and if you are addicted to sports, you will often follow multiple sports, right? NFL, college football, college basketball, NBA, and even maybe baseball. Baseball's the one I never really got into. Oh, hockey too, but I didn't watch hockey either. But my point is, when I was addicted to sports, I would follow those. I followed NFL, college basketball, NBA the most, and soccer, Premier League soccer, right? So that's four sports, right? Here's my point. In America, we have a huge problem with moderation in everything, and this is a huge problem. And sports is like a perfect. It's just one of. It's like a perfect. Uh, what's the word? Illustration of this, right? Because in other countries, they just watch soccer. There's really only one sport. Maybe some people watch cricket, but I've actually never met someone who's a huge cricket fan. So let's just say in other countries, the UK, Europe, South America, they watch soccer. And you probably have, those people probably have a favorite team, right? And so their favorite team, they can only play at most, I think, 2, 3 games per week or something, depending on if they're like, say, in the Europa League and the Champions League as well, right? But they've got their like domestic, whatchamacallit, domestic league, right? The Premier League is the one that's the domestic league in the UK, England, whatever. So you could watch at most, let's say, 3 games of your 3 times your favorite team might play in a week. And maybe there's a big matchup. I don't know, Manchester City versus Liverpool. Everybody wants to watch the best teams play each other, right? Those are the big matchups. They have the best players. And so like let's say that's at most 4 matches you might watch in a week. And soccer games are only 2 hours. So that's maybe 8 hours. And most people over there are watching live sports. Now, 8 hours it's a lot of time, but it's like you could do that. That's doable, right? In a week. How many hours are in a week? 24 times 7. Whatever. It's not like I have a math degree. I can't do it in my head. Oh, wait, I do have a math degree and I can't calculate it. Whatever. I'm a little tired. So here's my point. In America, it's like everything is amplified with a huge problem with moderation. And in America, right, it is so much easier to just waste way more than 8 hours per week watching sports because we have multiple sports and we have a huge sports culture. There's not only the live sports, there's also the sports programming, right? ESPN, they've got nonstop shows around the clock talking about multiple sports. In America, it's so much easier to get sucked in and waste like 30 hours per week. If you're addicted to sports, you're like watching 30 hours per week of TV just trying to keep up with these different sports, right? And that's what I did when I was addicted to sports in my 20s, and I was unhappy with my life. And I was like, oh, I need to escape. I want to escape from my daily drudgery of this job I didn't like, and I didn't like who I was as a person. I wasn't doing anything to like really improve myself physically or whatnot, you know. I went to the gym, but I sucked at lifting. And now I don't because I have a trainer. I pay a trainer now to help me with that stuff, right? So yeah, it's very easy to get sucked into all of this nonstop sports culture we have in America, and you have to be very mindful of this. I mean, following sports is fine. I mostly just read the analysis, after game analysis or commentary. I might read some things. It's fine. I mean, it's a good thing to have in conversation with people, right? In America, right? Talking about sports. But if you're spending like 30 hours, 40 hours per week, literally just watching sports and being obsessed with sports, I mean, those are hours you're not spending going to the gym. Those are hours you're not spending reading, growing as a person. Those are hours that I talked about in my last video. Those are hours that maybe you really need to be focused on, like updating your skills, job skills, right? If you're like in a job that's could be easily eliminated, or you get laid off if the recession hits, right? I mean, that's those are hours. Then you need to be a little more paranoid about the fact that, oh crap, maybe I should be like more focused on like moving up, updating my skills, you know, getting a more secure job, right? I mean, these are all way more important than just watching way too much sports, obviously. And actually, another thing that's really weird about American sports culture is that we have our professional athletes. They sign marketing deals, or they advertise products, right? Like, what was that stupid Peyton Manning? I can't remember the company, but there's those stupid commercials with him and that country singer, right? I mean, that doesn't happen in the UK or South America or Europe, right? You don't see soccer stars trying to try to sell you like, I don't know. Can you imagine like Cristiano Ronaldo filming a commercial trying to sell you freaking pizza or some crap, Domino's, that sort of crap? Oh, right. Peyton also had that the Papa John's commercials, Jesus. And then, of course, that John Schnatter had that crazy story blow up, and that's why he got ousted. I mean, I just remembered that. Wow. But yeah, so the American sports culture is intentionally designed to kind of really like can be designed to like leech all your hours. I mean, it's very easy to get lost in it if you're addicted, and you know, really lose track of yourself, almost lose track of any type of self-improvement. You're not spending that time improving yourself. So, you know, I'm going to wrap this up by saying that this is the point. I'm not watching the 1 p.m. games right now. I'm going to watch the Giants game at 4:30, and I'm probably even going to skip maybe the first quarter because these games are just so damn long. I can't sit there and watch like what are they, like 3 hours and 45 minutes now because there's so many damn commercial breaks during the game, right? So it's like, I'm probably going to watch like maybe the second half. I don't know. The point is, right, I'm very mindful. I'm allocating, I'm saying I'm only going to spend at most X amount of hours watching football. And then when that's done, I'm going straight back to reflecting on my past week. I have a previous video on this. Sunday's the day of reflection, for me at least. I need to be silent. I need silence, right, in my life. So in my life today, so I can reflect. And so, yeah, don't be watching too many sports. That's kind of all I want to get to. But you probably have a favorite NFL team. I hope, good luck. Hope they win today. Unless you're a Cowboys fan, go screw yourself. I'll see you next time. Thanks.